Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Women Lied to Themselves, Now They're Miserable. Let's get right into it.
Black women do not be having the options that they say they got. And before you jump in my comments, no, I don't have a man. No, I don't have options. Okay, so I beat you to it. There you go. I already beat you to it. So if that's all you care about, you can go and scroll past this video. Anyway, black women do not be having the options that they say they got, because my whole thing is, if you say you have an option, that means you like that option. That means you are considering that option. So women be talking about, we got options. Oh, a man is the easiest thing to get. But the man y'all be talking about, you don't even want the man. Y'all don't even want to take this man serious. These men you're not attracted to these men. You don't want them. You really just wasting their time, because you're not even taking them serious. You're not considering being with them for real. You're not considering being in a relationship with them or nothing. You don't like them. So how would you consider somebody an option that you don't want? Like, just think about this. If I have two t-shirts, they're both options. I like both these t-shirts. I like both of them. They're options. But I only can choose one. That's an option. I like both of them, so they're both options. But I can only choose one, okay? That's what an option is. Y'all be in this delusional mindset that you got options, but the options that y'all claim y'all got, you don't even want them. So why would you claim them as an option? Do y'all be knowing what y'all be saying when y'all be saying this stuff? Like,
No, they don't. In fact, you said you had two t-shirts. You should put one on. Why don't you have a t-shirt on? What the hell is she wearing? Okay, now look. Women been getting horrible dating advice, and she's right. They don't got options, okay? They're not attracted to these men. They don't want these men, but they keep walking around like they got all the choice in the world. No, you don't. No, you don't. Now let's play a game. Is this bad advice or good advice? We're going to look at some clips. Tell me if it's bad advice or good advice. First clip.
Your friends are not going to tell you this, but one of the things that's holding you back is the way that you dress. Outfit of the day, and take this as inspiration, because, honey, dressing elegantly and classy is always going to win. It speaks for itself. Off for lunch. Your friend.
Now, bad advice or good advice? Now, this one's a little tricky one, because even though I think it's good advice, here's why it's bad advice. You know what's more important than her outfit? How she looks, her body. Her body's bodying. She could pull off this outfit because she's fit. A lot of women worry about the clothes. You need to worry about the body that's wearing the clothes. Okay, so bad advice technically, because you got to put the body on first. Now, take a look at this one.
Yeah, just so you know, it's not normal for a man to go all day without texting you if he claims that he likes you. It is a major red flag. If he can go for days without so much as checking to see if you're still alive, red flag. When a man likes a woman, he has a primal instinct to make sure that she's okay. And if he's going long periods of time without checking on you, you can be 100% sure that you are a placeholder. This means that he is just keeping you around until he finds the woman he really wants. So let that piss you off. And your brain is going to try to justify staying and try to make excuses as to why he's doing what he's doing. And none of them will be because he's a loser and not worth your time. But it is your job to instruct your brain and let it know who's in charge.
Women are trying to instruct their brain according to her. Is this good advice or bad advice? I think this is horrible advice, and here's why it's horrible advice. Going days without texting, that's a red flag. Let me tell you something. If you text a girl good morning every day, is she going to give you punani, or is she going to ghost you? Men, you guys know. Tell me in the comments. Is she going to give you punani, or is she going to ghost you? Now, this lady wants men to text her all the time because she probably doesn't get any attention. She's given dating advice, but she doesn't get attention. And she tries to say, oh, it's men's primal instinct. It's primal instinct to make sure you're okay. No, it's rational. Our rationality, our logic tells us that if you chase after women, they're going to run. So you know what we got to do? We got to take our time. We got to let them chase us. Yeah, that's why we go days without texting them, because they prefer it. Okay, so horrible advice. Next video, good advice or bad advice?
Hi, pretty girl. I don't know who needs to hear this, but your aesthetic needs to match the life that you want, not the one that you currently have. I literally just took out my phone to check my hair after getting it done. And the way that everything in this car matches my aesthetic, you would never know that I do not come from luxury. Like the way that wealth just naturally looks good on me, you would have no idea. You know why? Because I've been looking like this since college when I was taking the bus. When I had my little fake Louis Vuitton bag and Louis Vuitton scarf, like, yeah, I didn't have the dry bar money to get my hair done. I didn't have the expensive clothes. I didn't have the diamonds. But when I tell you I was still sitting in that bus eating, because I envisioned myself in this, in a Bentley Bentayga, looking sexy as hell with sleek hair because I put expensive products in it, with beautiful skin because I use La Mer. Like, do you get what I'm saying? You need to look the way that you want to be, not necessarily the way that you currently are, and you don't need to spend a lot of money yet. That's okay. Take your time, but match your aesthetic with the life that you want, not the one you currently have. Love you.
Good advice or bad advice? She's trying to say your aesthetic must match the life that you want. Is it good advice or bad advice? I think this is bad advice. Here's why. I come from affluence. Let me tell you something. People that talk about affluence all the time, we could tell people who have not came from affluence. She was riding the bus. To me, she acts like the person that been riding the bus. Because now she wants a Bentley, she wants this, she wants that. What she doesn't understand about wealthy people, let me tell you something about wealthy people. They're very cheap. Wealthy people are not flashy and flamboyant. They're bargain shoppers. Wealthy people brag about how little they paid for something. Broke people brag about how much they paid for something. It's a different mindset. So no, girl, you don't look like the aesthetic you want. You look like the aesthetic that you want. You're trying to fake it till you make it. And you're faking it still this day. Anyway, here's some more advice.
If you want to stumble upon a wealthy man, you need to be doing wealthy woman activities. It's no secret that wealth attracts wealth. And if you want someone who values abundance, you need to be living in it yourself. So I'm going to give you a few activities that you can start doing today, either with yourself or with your girlfriends, so that you can start attracting high value men. First thing is always going to be self-investment in growth. And that is going to consist of attending personal development conferences or masterminds, taking exclusive classes like bar, Pilates, golf lessons, tennis lessons. Not to mention, this also helps you build a hobby if you don't already have one. And if you want to develop your fitness, your mindset, or your business, you can always hire a private coach. Second will be under the bucket of luxury, leisure, and lifestyle. Instead of waiting to go out to dinner at 9 p.m. and then at the club at 11, do a brunch with the girls, somewhere that's upscale, a rooftop, or a lounge. Go on curated travel experiences where you're able to do something fun and classy like wine tasting or shopping at little small boutiques.
See, is this good advice or bad advice? She's pretty much saying that if you want to stumble upon a wealthy man, because wealth attracts wealthiness, you need to do what wealthy men do and wealthy women do. Because this is wealthy women behavior. Is this good advice or bad advice? Again, I think this is bad advice. Women always think about the things they see people doing and assume that's wealth. Oh, I looked on my TikTok. I see she's doing Pilates. Wealthy people do Pilates. Oh, I see she's playing golf. Wealthy people playing golf. Here's the problem with everything she's saying. Even though what she's saying might be true, the thing is, wealthy women are not looking for wealthy men. They're surrounded by them. When you said wealth attracts wealth, wealth moves with wealth. You're the poor people trying to get in the club, trying to get into the country club. Yeah. You guys are trying to get into this section. You look like you don't belong. But you think that if I'm going to put on a little hat, I'm going to wear a polo, I'm going to go golfing, I look like I'm rich. Yeah, to a poor person. Again, this is horrible advice. But women don't know it, so guess what? They take it and now they are miserable. Now here's a woman, we're going to shift shape a little bit. She's actually talking about a guy that she likes on a date. And I'm going to point out some interesting clues about this, so pay attention.
Let's talk about my date. I haven't had a chance to update you guys, so let's just get right into it. It was a really good date. We went out to dinner and drinks in Boston. I met him there. I like to meet the person there for the first couple of dates because if anything goes wrong and I want to leave, I'm going to leave. Good food, good drinks. He looked good. He smelled good. And we just talked all night. Like, the conversation was really good. And I was pleasantly surprised because, like I said in the last video, like, he's like quiet and like laid back or whatever, so I was worried that I was gonna be like too much. But like my playfulness, my humor, like anything that I threw at him, he could give it right back, which was great. Like really good banter, and I just felt really comfortable. Like there was like no awkwardness, you know, like that initial awkwardness that you have to get over. None of that. Like, one thing about me, anybody that knows me knows I am not an affectionate person. Like, it's just not my thing. I'm not very touchy. I'm not very like I don't know, but like I wanted to be that way with him. We were at that restaurant for so long, bro. We got there at like 6:30, I think. We stayed there until they closed. Like, they had to kick us out. So it was a really good date, okay? It was a good date, and whatever. But here's my thing. I tend to overthink. I look way too far ahead. And my thing is, like, I'm super upfront about, like, not wanting anything serious. Because the last thing I would ever want to do is, like, lead anybody on. That's not my game. And, you know, men usually seem to be very understanding of that, but then like they think that they can change your mind. Not saying that that's like what he's thinking, but I'm like, how many times do you go on a date with somebody and like spend time with them until they're looking at you like, all right, what are we doing here? And that's what's like making me freak out. And I'm honestly getting a little flighty. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just don't know. Like, I'm trying to date freely. I'm trying not to think too much about it, but that just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Because then I'm like, all right, Mariah, like, why are you even dating? Like, this is why I don't do this shit. With that being said, we're going on a second date. He's already got it planned. I'm looking forward to seeing him again. He's funny, he's sweet, great to look at. But enough of this. Maybe I'll let you guys know how date number 2 goes. I don't know. This is weird. I don't know. But I hope you guys are having a great week and we'll chat. I'll talk to you guys.
Okay. A lot of notes to take from here. We're not talking about is this good advice or bad advice, but I'm going to tell you some things you could take away from this. Now, one, she went for drinks. She's out in Boston. Shout out to Massachusetts. She says she looks good and smell good. Men, you got to look good. You got to smell good. Okay? There is no escaping the gym. There's no escaping some good cologne. Get you some Baccarat. Okay? I like Versace Eros. I personally buy a bottle of Versace Eros once a year. I buy one bottle a year. Lasts me an entire year for $200. I would recommend investing in good cologne. The big bottle of cologne you can get of one of your favorite, like, brands, and it'll last you all year. That's what I've known. That's what happens with me. And go for the perfume, not the Eau de Toilette. Eau de Toilette. Or however you say it. It smells like toilet, all right? Now, here's a couple things you need to take away. He was quiet. He was laid back. And he matched her playfulness and her humor. These are major points. Guys, you have to learn how to banter with women. And it's a 24/7 thing you got to do. You don't do it a little bit. You don't do it some. You do it all the time. Women are like children. They always like to play. You ever had nephews and nieces? They always want to play. All day these kids want to play. Women are like that too. They need to play with them. So what I mean by that is when you banter with a woman, you got to be cocky, but you got to be funny. Here's what I mean by that. You got to always... The vibe has to be she's hitting on you and she's trying to get with you, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll let you get with me. You got to act like you're just too good for her 24/7 and play on to that. Oh, yeah, you want me, yeah. But you don't want to just force it. Okay, go along with the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Show her that you believe in yourself. Show her that you believe you belong here, that you could be with her even better than her, and joke about it. You know what I'm saying? Perfect. And I'm going to write a book about it, From Banter to Buns, because this helped me a lot in my life. Just knowing I could just play and joke with girls 24/7. Now, she says that she's not affectionate, but because he bantered, she wanted to be affectionate with him. Guys, these are major cues. If you learn how to banter with women, they're going to be all over you, because women like to laugh, and they like men with confidence. So bantering shows confidence, and it shows that you can make a girl laugh. Just think about it. Now, here's some things that stood out to me about her overall. She said that she's usually upfront, but that she doesn't want anything serious. Here's what that means to me. She wants to fuck. She wants a cheeks clap. She wants them cheeks clap. But what's interesting to me is she don't think cheek clapping is serious. This is how delusional modern women are. Cheek clap is not serious. Dating serious. But smashing her and dashing, that's not that serious. And to me, what's funny about that is that she's starting to feel like she likes him because he bantered, okay? And she's freaking out. So guys, pay attention to how you talk to women. You got to play with them. You got to act like you're better than them, okay? I want to cover that because I think it's really important. Moving forward, okay? Tell me if it's good advice or bad advice.
So I just watched a video where a woman says that she left the man that she loved for the man that she deserves. And I just want to say, I find it very interesting that all these women are out here leaving what they describe as a good man, a loyal man, a faithful man, a man who has been good to them, who loves them, because they say he doesn't make enough. It all comes down to money. We know that because when you start talking about what it is that you deserve, you're not talking about a better man. You're talking about a man who has more money, a man who can provide the quote unquote lifestyle that you feel you and your future, not even existing, future children deserve. I find it very interesting, and I'm highlighting and focusing on some words here because I want you guys to understand that when you spend time with someone, when you spend years with someone who believes that they are pouring into you and that they are being poured into, who believes that they are growing with someone. This woman said she was with this person for 10 years and decided to leave him. I find it so interesting, and I want you to understand that when you find that man you believe you deserve, and he turns around and he does the same thing to you, it will be what you deserve. When he leaves you high and dry, because it was never about love, and instead it was about the tangible things, and when you no longer look how you look, and when you no longer behave how you did pre-children, and he leaves you because there was no feeling or emotion, no commitment to you, there was just a transaction, that will be what you deserve. Period.
Ooh. Damn. You know what? I gotta follow this girl. I don't know who she is, but that was solid. That one video was solid. Okay, shout out to her. Advice from a wife. Oh yeah, okay. She's been married for 11 years. I remember her channel now. I haven't subscribed to her or followed her. I'm following her now. Now, I guess I gave it away. If you think this is good advice or bad advice, I think it is excellent advice. Because so many women want to leave a man for an opportunity of another man who they've never met before. And this girl that she's describing left a man of a relationship of 10 years for a possibility. She left a certainty for a possibility. Do you think she's going to get it? Do you think her goofy ass is going to get it? Probably not. But this is what women do. Women are thinking to themselves, I'm just going to trade up. I'm just going to trade up. I'm just going to trade up. They don't realize that if you've been dating a man for 10 years, you're 10 years older now. The chances of you being able to attract a man that's better than him when you're 10 years older is slim to none. Okay? And I like what she said was, she's like, and when you do find that man, he's probably going to say, I don't want anything serious. I don't want nothing serious, you know? And you're going to still entertain him because he got the money, he got the bag, right? And the funny thing about it is, let's say if you do hook up with him, if you're lucky, you get a baby by him, he might kick your ass to the corner and trade you for a younger version of you. Because here's what men really want. You say you want a man that makes money, right? Well, men like younger women. And I know you want to shame us for liking younger women, but they're legal. They're not children. I know you think they're children. They're legal. 20, 21, 22, 23. They're legal. And on top of that, it's equivalent to you wanting a man with more money. You want a nicer lifestyle. I want more bedroom fun. I want the person I'm laying to in the bedroom to look attractive and young and youthful. Yeah, that's what I want. Anyway, here's another video. I think, let's judge this. Is this good advice or bad advice? Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
You know, I think you're getting this whole this trend of women getting on here who claim that the husband or boyfriend or whatever, he's a good man by all accounts, perfect man, but they're bored in the relationship, or they feel stuck, or they're exhausted. I've heard, you can be exhausted being with a good man too. Like, and that statement alone made me think about what it really is. And it's that if you are a shitty woman and you happen to be outside of the fact that you might be with somebody that you clearly didn't like, and you just like the idea of a husband or a man or a relationship, but it likely trickles down into you aren't a wife. And when you are not wife material or a woman of substance and quality for that said good man, or being with the man who's not chaotic or causing you drama, strife, dogging you out, whooping your ass, cheating on you, making you throw up at night because you went through his phone and you want to pop his top. Like when you're not getting chaos or strife in your life from this good man, and he has a standard and he's a quality, other women would like these things from him, but you got him and you just ain't worth the fuck. It causes you to, number one, always have to be equitable in that relationship with this good man. And it's exhausting, especially when you don't like the motherfucker and you just was with him just because he was a good idea. And you have to upkeep the standard of what it means to be with someone who is doing right by you, because that means you also have to do right by them. And especially with women, because they want to uphold this image to other women that they're a good woman. That means they have to do and act and basically put on a show for this man that they don't like and really don't want to be with.
That's crazy if you're putting on a show for a man that you don't even want to be with. The takeaways I have from here, and by the way, to me, I think he's giving good advice, right? And so let me know if you think he's giving good or bad advice. Maybe you feel like it's not advice, but there's some advice in it. And that is that you need to learn how to appreciate a man, because just because you're exhausted for being with a good man doesn't mean you should leave, right? He said it the best. There's a lot of shitty women. There's a lot of shitty women out there and that associate lack of chaos with boredom, right? If there's no chaos in their life, they're bored. And to me, they overvalue themselves. They could be up in age. They're going to sit around dragging that old bacteria corner of their body, around like if it's like the God's gold to earth. Like if everybody just want this, then, oh yeah, I got these tulips here. You want this, you want that. Ain't nobody want that old bacteria corner, girl. You better beat it, girl. Watch out. You know what I'm saying? But they were taught, they were trained, they were indoctrinated to think that if you got a pussy, you got the power. You don't got to bring anything else. And let me tell you something. Fat girls got punanis. Skinny girls got punanis. Crazy girls got punanis. Smart girls got punanis. You guys all come standard with punanis. So to assume that you're all of equal value, you're the idiot. You're the dummy. Take care of yourself. Get help. Get therapy, and understand this. Not everything that feels good is good. Not everything that feels bad is bad. Boredom feels bad, right? But it might not be bad. That means there's no toxicity in your house. You guys that keep chasing an emotional high, you think that your emotions know best. Women think their emotions know best. If they feel bad, it's bad. If they feel good, it's good. Well, guess what? You know who has a similar viewpoint? Drug addicts. Heroin addicts. Yeah. People who are addicted to narcotics, they live their life through their emotions. It feels good, I should do it. Just think about that. Anyway, let me know if you think this is good advice or bad advice. And I'm following her already, so I guess it's kind of leading to how I feel about it. But take a look.
Actions will tell the truth to a man. Unfortunately, men do not measure us by our words. They measure us by what we do. If you are around a man enough, he will notice the patterns that you have as a woman, and that gives him a clue of how you will be with him. We don't even realize that they are observing us when all of this is happening. So I'll give you an example. If you are a type of woman that loves to eat, that means that you definitely will be a cooker. You don't have a problem with cooking. You don't have a problem with grocery shopping. You don't have a problem with going out to eat, but you prefer to eat at home because you enjoy your cooking, and then you don't mind cooking for him. It's not a chore. It's actually something that you love to do. And no matter who is sitting at the table, you are willing to feed them. A man looks at those types of things. It also shows if you are a giver or not. If you are willing to invite a man to your home, number two, cook for him, don't have an issue with serving him and also cleaning up after him, it shows that you are not a taker, but a giver. And those are the things that men look for in women. And don't get me wrong, before people start being in my DMs or in my comments complaining about how they don't like to cook, that is fine. Then what else do you have? What are you going to replace with what you don't like to do? Well, then show what you do like to do. And it's not being out all the time spending money. All I'm saying is that men do not stay where actions don't match. I say all this to say that, ladies, men don't need your words. They need consistency. They don't like word salad. As women, we can talk all day about our loyalty, but our actions will tell the truth to a man. Unfortunately, men do not measure us by our words. They measure us by what we do. If you are around a man.
So here's the thing, right? And I agree with her a lot. I really do agree with her a lot. Okay, but let me know if you think it's good advice or bad advice. Now, here's one thing she said that I disagree with. She said, if you love to eat, you're going to be a cooker. Okay, if you love to eat, you're going to be a cooker. From my experience, I'm from New Jersey. So women that love to eat, we call them eaters, okay? If she loves to eat, we call them eaters, okay? Baby girl, eat up. She like to eat up, okay? I'm just saying. But overall, she says, women who give win, and women that take lose. So givers win, takers lose. Now, I do think that we need more women in society that want to give to a relationship instead of take from a relationship. There's too many takers out here. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of the videos. And I'll see y'all over there.